Namaste to all students. Khushro Bidya, myself JV Dr. Khushbu Verma from Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. Today we are going to discuss about the nucleosome. This session is related to molecular biology course of program MSc Microbiology and MSc Biotechnology second sem. So first of all, you have to know about the nucleosome, that what is nucleosome and how they are involved in the formation of the chromatin. So first of all, we have to answer about the why DNA needs to be packaged. Like why we need to package DNA into the chromatin or chromosome. So first of all, enormous length of the genome, like human genome, 23 pair of the chromosomes, and average length is 1.3 into 10 to power 8 base pair, approximately 43 millimeter. For this amount of the DNA to fit into the nucleus of size approx 10 to 20 micrometer, required condensation of the DNA. Second one is the structural complexity. So these are the two major reasons to create the need of the DNA to be packaged. And now here I am sharing the screen of the complete process, that how DNA packaged into the chromosome. Here you can see first at the first process. At the simplest level, chromatin is the double-stranded helical structure of the DNA. Next, DNA is complexed with the histone proteins to form the nucleosome. So nucleosome is the first step for the packaging of the DNA into chromatins. Like these DNA strand wrap up around the octamer, means 8 molecules of the histone proteins, and then create the nucleosome. That's how many nucleosome will be created, and they are bind to the linker DNA molecule along with the H1 histone protein. This is H1 histone protein, and each nucleosome basically consists of 8 histone proteins around which the DNA wraps 1.65 times. Next one is the a chromatosome basically consists of a nucleosome plus the H1 histone, means one nucleosome along with H1 histone protein. This structure, this complexity is known as the chromatosome. This is chromatosome. Fifth step, in the nucleosome fold up to produce a 30 nanometer fiber. Then that forms a loop averaging 300 nanometer in length. The 300 nanometer fibers are compressed and folded to produce a 250 nanometer wide fiber. Then the tight coiling of the 250 nanometer fiber produces the chromatid of a chromosome, and the diameter is basically 1400 nanometer. So this is how DNA packaged, and DNA almost 10 centimeter long is converted to the chromatin fibers 10 to 30 nanometer in length and found dispersed in the nucleus. At the time of the cell division, these fibers condenses into much larger and compact structure called chromosomes. Protein important in maintaining chromatin structures basically are histones. So histones proteins are involved in the packaging of the DNA, and histones are the small protein containing lysine and arginine rich, giving them a strong positive charge. Binding to the negatively DNA to positively charged histone is stabilized. And if we talk about the histones types, so it divided into five main types: H1, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. Chromatin contains equal numbers of H2A, H2B, H3 and H4, and about half that number of H1 molecules, means 2 molecules of each, yani ki 8 H2A, H2B, H3 and H4 total 8 molecules will be octamer, and then DNA wraps up around this octamer, and H1 molecule is present as a linker molecule. And chromatin also contain diverse groups of non-histone proteins that play a variety of enzymatic structure and regulatory roles. If we talk about the nucleosome, so it is the basic unit of the chromatin structure. Folding of the DNA of enormous length to a nucleus not more than 5 to 10 micrometer achieved. First insight to folding in late 1960 X-ray diffraction studies by the Wilkins revealed that the purified chromatin strand have a repeating structural subunit seen neither in DNA nor in histone alone. Wilkins concluded that histone imposes a repeating structural organization upon DNA. In 1974, Ollins and Donald O'Neill published electron micrograph of chromatin fibers isolated by avoiding harsh solvent. Chromatin fibers appeared as a series of tiny particles attached to one another by tiny filaments, beads on strings. This appearance leads to a suggestion that beads consist of protein and thin filament connected to beads corresponding of DNA. So now we refer to each bead with its associated stretch of DNA as nucleosome. Independent evidence for existence of repeating structure in chromatin was reported by Dean Havish and Bergin, which discovered that rat liver nuclei contain a nuclease that is capable of cleaving DNA in chromatin fibers. DNA was exposed to its nucleases and the partially degraded DNA was purified to remove chromatin proteins. Upon electrophoresis found a distinctive pattern of fragments in which the smallest piece of DNA is of 200 base pair in length. Nuclease digestion of DNA-free protein does. So that they concluded that the chromatin proteins are clustered along the DNA molecule in a regular pattern that repeats every 200 base pair, and DNA located between these protein cluster is susceptible to nuclease digestion, yielding fragments that the multiples of 200 base pair in length. To find out of if the protein cluster postulated to occur at 200 base pair intervals corresponds to the spherical structure on electron micrograph, further analysis was done. As so chromatin exposed to micrococal nuclease and fragmented chromatin separated to fractions of varying size by centrifugation and observed by the electron microscopy. Smallest fraction found to contain single spherical particle, next fraction containing two clusters units, and so forth. When DNA analyzed by electrophoresis, DNA from fraction containing single particle measured 200 base pair, those containing two particles. Therefore concluded that the spherical particle in electron micrograph are associated with 200 base pair of DNA. This basic repeating unit containing an average of 200 base pair of DNA associated with protein particle is the nucleosome. First insight of the molecular architecture of nucleosome emerged from the work of Roger Kornberg, who was awarded Nobel Prize in 2006 for the series of fundamental discoveries containing or concerning DNA packaging and transcription in prokaryotes. Kornberg and colleagues showed that chromatin fibers composed of nucleosome can be generated by the combining purified DNA with a mixture of histone protein. Here again I am sharing the screen for mentioning the detailed structure. Here you can see this is wrap up of core DNA, this pink color highlighted, and these are the histone octamers and this one histone 1 protein, which is bind to the linker DNA molecule, and the diameter is basically 110 angstrom, and the height is basically 5 angstrom. So, when attempted to use individually purified histones, discovered that nucleosome could only be formed when histone isolated gently. Means we can't use the harsh solvent to isolate the histone proteins from nucleosomes. So H2A basically bind to the H2B and H3 bind to the H4 in the octamer of the nucleosome. H2A, H2B, H3 and H4 complex then mixed with the DNA and reconstitute the chromatin fiber exhibiting nucleosomes. So Kornberg concluded that H3H4, H2A, H2B complex are integral part of the nucleosome. So basically we can conclude again, we can summarize the nucleosome structure mean H2A 2 molecules, H2B 2 molecules. Total 4 molecules first of all bind to the each other. They create the complex. On the other hand, H3 2 molecules and H4 2 molecules bind to each other and they create the second complex molecule. Now H2A H2B complex and H3 H4 complex mixed with each other along with the DNA and reconstitute the chromatin fiber, and basically these two complex H3H4 and H2A H2B complex are basically integral part of the nucleosome. So to understand the nature of histone interaction, Kornberg and James Thomas treated isolated chromatins with a reagent that forms a covalent cross linked between the protein molecules located close to the each other. After cross-linking, protein isolated and analyzed by the Page SDS Page analysis. So protein complexes the size of the 8 histones were prominent in each gel, suggesting that the nucleosomal particles contain octamers of the histones. This is the practical proof for the octamer presence in the nucleosome. So given that H2A, H2B, H3 and H4 form tight complexes, and these 4 histones are present in the roughly equivalent amount in the chromatin, and Kornberg and Thomas proposed that the histone octamers are created by the joining together two H2A H2B dimers, two H3 H4 dimers, and DNA helix is wrapped up around it. We can understand more. This is by understanding the process. Like here you can see this is H4 and H3 molecules, H2A and H2B molecules, and basically H3 and H4, H3 and H4 this complex. So they have two complex means H3H4 tetramer means H3 2 molecules and H4 2 molecules. On the other hand, H2A and H2B complex is basically a dimer means H2A 2 molecules, H2B 2 molecules. Now they join together and they create histone octamers, and histone octamer and DNA create combinedly nucleosome. In previous model, significance of the H1 histone was not given. H1 is not the part of the octamer. Nucleosomes are isolated by briefly digesting chromatin with micrococal nuclease and degraded unit. The 200 base pair DNA reaches the length of 146 base pair. During final stage, H1 is released. Remaining particle histone octamer with 146 base pair DNA is called core particle, and the DNA fragment degraded out is called means they are not attached to the octamer, so they are known as the linker DNA because it joins one nucleosome to the next nucleosome. Here you can see this is octamer along with the DNA wrap-up. This is linker DNA. This is one nucleoside and second one nucleosome, and second one is the nucleosome. They are linked to the linker DNA, and the diameter is 10, approximately 10 nanometer. Then they are folding, more folding, and then basically these are the histone tails, and this is H1 histone protein. They are bind to the linker DNA. They are not involved in the integral portion of the nucleosome. So nucleosomes are packaged to form chromatin fibers and the chromosomes. And if we talk about the levels of the DNA packaging, so at the first level, it creates the nucleosome. At the second level, many nucleosome complex and bind to each other, and they package to each other. They create the solenoid or chromatin. Third level is basically looped domain, and fourth level of packaging is metaphase chromosomes. So thicker chromatin is 10 nanometer are called chromatin fiber. H1 facilitates the packaging into thicker chromatin fiber. Next level of the packaging is the folding of 330 nanometer fiber into looped domain, and this arrangement maintained by the attachment of the DNA to insoluble network of non-histone proteins that forms chromosome scaffold to which long loops of the DNA are attached. Active DNA more tightly packaged than inactive DNA, providing easier access of the protein. Tightly compacted chromatin is known as like heterochromatin, appears as the dark spot in the micrograph. Loosely packaged diffuse form of the chromatin is known as euchromatin. Heterochromatin contains transcriptionally inactive DNA because they are tightly packaged to each other, and the euchromatin basically it is associated with the DNA being actively transcribed because it is loosely packaged. Chromatin is metabolically active cell found as euchromatin, but on cell division becomes compacted to generate a group of chromosomes. Each chromosome consists of duplicated used to quantify extent of the folding of the DNA molecules, calculated by the determining total extended length of a DNA molecule and dividing it by length of the chromatin fiber or chromosome. Initial coiling of the DNA around histone reduces the length by a factor of 7. Formation of 30 nanometer fiber results in 6-fold condensation. Packaging ratio of 30 nanometer fiber is therefore 7 into 6 is equal to 42. For heterochromatin and chromosomes, ratio even higher. At the time of cell division, typical human chromosome measures 4 to 5 nanometer in length but contains a DNA molecule measuring about 75 millimeter if completely extended. Packaging ratio of chromosome falls in the ratio of about 15,000 to 20,000. So this is the sum up of this session, and many points are very important in the terms of competitive exams. Like in the competitive exam, you examiner can ask about the uh, integral portion composition of the nucleosome, like what are the basic components of the nucleosomes, like in the octamer, how many histone proteins are involved. Second question will be like histones are rich in which amino acids, mean lysine and arginines are rich or poor. And third one question is like H1 histone protein is the member of octamer of nucleosome or not. And examiner can also ask about the difference in between the nucleosome and solenoid. And one more difference can be asked about the DNA packaging, like what is the basic difference in between the chromosome and chromatin. They can also ask about the sister chromatids also. So these are the major points or highlighted points of this session, and you can exercise about the basic difference in between the nucleosome and solenoid, and you can ask the difference about the H1 histone protein role in the packaging, and H2A, H2B, H3 and H4 histone protein role in the packaging. So now this is the sum up of this session, and this session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. If you have any query, then mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.